Hello, hello. Welcome back to all the students. I am Captain Ray Sinju. Welcome to online classes from Department of Chemistry, Government Degree College, Pettapalli. In the last class, we discussed about introduction of carbonyl compounds, and in that introduction part, we also covered nomenclature of aldehydes. Today we are going to learn about uh, nomenclature of ketones, and we will also discuss some of the preparations of this particular carbonyl compounds. Here, nomenclature of ketones. Nomenclature of ketones. The position of ketone group is indicated using locant. The locant to be placed immediately before the suffix "-one". Here, this is the example 3-heptanone. The third position is a ketonic functional group. We can also express this sentence heptane 3-one. Heptane 3-one. Uh, this is the uh, mm, main root word 1 to 7 carbons. On third position there is a ketonic functional group. These are the some of the uh, ketones examples. Acetone, acetone. This is the common name of this particular compound. Acetone, acetophenone, and benzophenone. These are the benzophenone. These are the ketonic function group compounds acetophenone. Now let us go to a very interesting example. Here please concentrate. This is the first identification of parent chain. Parent chain. This is the first we are giving numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We identified the parent chain, longest chain in this given organic compound. Uh, first, in the first step is to identify the name the parent. Here we observe 9 carbon containing parent chain, no name, no name compound. Choose the longest chain that includes the carbonyl group and then the number the chain to be give the carbonyl group the lowest position. Here numbering starts from this side. 9 carbons in this parent chain. First we should identify the longest chain. We should identify the longest chain, and in this identification the carbonyl carbon is also includes. The carbonyl carbon third position carbon is also includes, and the position of the carbonyl is should be lowest. That should follow. It should be lowest possible number. Here, third position. If we numbering starts from this side, in that case, the carbonyl position may be high because we are giving numbering from left hand side. In this case, this compound is named as 3-nonenone. 3-nonenone. Is it clear? On third position, it is a ketonic group, one. On third position, there is a one. nonane 3 own. Okay, we can also said like that. Here in the nomenclature part, another what are the substituents? Here we did not mention substituents position. In the next stage, we identified that substituents. Here, next, identify the substituents and assign locants. Here, substituent positions. On fourth position, there is a methyl and methyl, dimethyl. 4 dimethyl. Is it clear? On fourth position. Next, we'll go to on sixth position. Sixth position, there is a ethyl, CH3, the terminal CH3 and CH2. Sixth position, ethyl. Okay, these three substituents are attached on fourth and sixth positions. Okay, 4 diethyl and dimethyl and 6 ethyl. Is it clear? Next, in the next step, please concentrate. Here, this is the final nomenclature of this particular compound. Here, please observe. Finally, assemble the substituents alphabetically. In these substituents, these methyls and ethyl. 6 ethyl alphabetically. Ethyl is first place. 6 ethyl, 4 dimethyl, 3 nonane. This is the clear name of this particular compound. But in this compound, there is a another important information is there, that is the chirality. Chirality in the compound. Here there is a thick line above the plane. Please concentrate. Before concluding, we must always check to see if there are any chirality centers. Here there is a chirality center. Is it clear? Before concluding the name of this particular given organic compound, please check once. Please check once if there is any chirality center. Okay. Uh, this compound does exhibit one chirality center. Here, one of the chirality center. Using the skills from section 5.3. Okay, this is the already we mentioned 5.3, that identification of chirality center. Which chirality? It may be R configuration or S configuration. Based on this above the planes arrangement structure, these are the groups, these are the carbons. What are the position? 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. This chain arranged above the plane. This configuration is called as R configuration. R configuration is assigned to this chirality center. Okay, that chirality center, that R configuration, assign, we should mention before the name. Before the name. Is it clear? R here. The complete name is, now the complete name of this particular compound is R. Or there is a chirality center, one chirality center, R. 6 ethyl. Here 6 on 6th position, there is a substituent ethyl. 6 ethyl and 4 dimethyl. On fourth position there is a 2 methyl groups attached on fourth position. 4 dimethyl and 3 nonenone. At third position there is a ketonic functional group on third position. Is it clear? This is the complete name of this particular compound. In the name, we should mention always the chirality center. Mm, First, we when concluding the name, finally, first we should observe if there is any chirality center in the compound. If it is there, one or two chirality centers, that chirality centers of configuration we should mention before the name. Before the name. Is it clear, all of you? Okay. This is about nomenclature of ketones. Oh, this slide is completed. Uh, before going to next before going to that preparations, various preparation methods, before going to that topic, uh, we'll discuss just briefly about isomerism of this aldehydes and ketones. Isomerism, top side thing. Just I'll give brief. Isomerism in aldehydes. Aldehyde shows two types of isomerism. Two types of isomerism. There is chain isomerism and functional isomerism. Chain isomerism. It is based on carbon chain. Carbon chain. For example, the molecular formula is same in C4H8O, N butyraldehyde, isobutyraldehyde. In this, these two structures, there is a uh, change in, there is a difference in carbon chain because it is called as chain isomerism. The next case, functional isomerism. In functional isomerism of aldehydes, aldehyde shows functional isomerism with the ketones. Ketones. When we go to suitable example, for example, 3 C3H6O. C3H6O, the molecular formula is same. Um, it exhibits three types of compounds. For example, propanol, acetone, allyl alcohol. Propanol, acetone, allyl alcohol. Three structures are formed based on this um, molecular formula. This is about functional isomerism. In propanol, there is a aldehydic functional group. Acetone, it is a ketonic functional group. In allyl alcohol, there is a alcoholic functional group. But all these three structures, the molecular formula is same, but the difference is only functional group. Okay, is it clear? Next, we will discuss about isomerism in ketones. These ketones shows three types of isomerism. Three types of isomerism. First, the same chain isomerism. Chain isomerism is based on carbon chain. For example, methyl propyl ketone. One side methyl and another side propyl. There is a center ketonic function. Methyl isopropyl ketone, another type of ketone. In these two, there is a molecular formula is same, but uh, the besides of ketonic function group, that alkyl chain is different. Is it clear? Next, second type of isomerism of in ketones, functional group isomerism. Ketones shows functional group isomerism with the aldehydes. Uh, just now in the above structures we discussed aldehydes and ketones. Okay, functional isomerism, propanol and acetone, suitable example. And metamerism, metamerism, the last one. Metamerism differ only in the nature of alkyl group. Nature of alkyl group. The suitable example is propyl methyl ketone. Propyl methyl ketone. That ketonic CO. Besides that CO, one side methyl and another side propyl. Its isomer structure diethyl ketone. Diethyl ketone. Its metamerism structure. Okay. This is about isomerism of isomerism of this particular aldehydes and ketones. Okay, uh, this is brief about isomerism. Now we will go to uh, what is that preparations. Preparations. First, in the first preparing aldehydes. Aldehydes. Here, please observe in the preparation method. Oxidation of primary alcohols. Oxidation of primary alcohols. Here, when treated with a strong oxidizing agent, primary alcohols are oxidized to carboxylic acids. Formation of an aldehyde requires an oxidizing agent such as PCC that will not further oxidize the resulting aldehyde. Here, please concentrate. Primary alcohols. Primary alcohol, this is the OH attached with the alpha carbon. Only one alkyl group is present in this starting material, starting compound. On reaction with the PCC, it is a suitable oxidizing agent. In this case, if we use strong oxidizing agents like chromic acid, uh, potassium dichromate, like that, when we use strong oxidizing agents, the reaction in that reaction it gives carboxylic acids generally. Aldehydes are formed as a intermediate. From that, further oxidized will give carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids. But here we are preparing only aldehydes because that we should use suitable oxidizing agents such as PCC. Okay. In presence of this particular suitable oxidizing agent PCC, dichloromethane in presence, it turns as aldehyde. Okay, in presence of this particular PCC, the reaction will not further oxidize the resulting aldehyde. This is the result compound. It does not undergoes further oxidation process. Okay, this is the method of preparation of aldehydes from primary alcohols. Is it clear, all of you? Now let us go to ozonolysis. Ozonolysis of alkanes. Ozonolysis. Ozonolysis will cleave a carbon-carbon double bond. Here, olefins generally we are using starting compound. Olefin. This carbon-carbon double bond cleavage takes place. This carbon-carbon double bond. Okay. If the carbon atom bears a hydrogen atom, in that case an aldehyde will be formed. In this olefin carbon-carbon double bond, these both the carbon atoms attached to hydrogen and hydrogen atoms. In that case, after cleavage of this double bond, generally it produces aldehydes. Aldehydes. If these carbon atoms, both the carbon atoms in olefin starting compound, it may be alkyl groups. In that case, you will get ketones. It is a different. Okay, but here it requires only the both the carbon atoms attached to hydrogen atoms are on ozonolysis process on reaction with the O3 ozone in presence of DMS dimethyl sulfide in presence of dimethyl sulfide on reaction with the ozone breakage of this carbon carbon double bond will get aldehydes. From this reaction it produces aldehydes. Okay, is it clear? Aldehydes preparation. Now, next method of preparation, hydroboration, oxidation of terminal alkynes. This is the terminal alkyne, hydroboration and oxidation results in an anti-Markovnikov of addition of water across a pi bond, followed by tautomerization of the resulting enol. Enol. Generally, in this hydroboration process, in the first case, this alkyne on reaction with water, water in presence of uh, borane. The intermediate is enol structure. For example, vinyl alcohol or allyl alcohol. Enol structure, enol compound is formed as a intermediate. That enols generally, it may be vinyl alcohol or allyl alcohol. From this allyl alcohol generally produces that enol structure is a unstable compound. Unstable compound. This unstable compound immediately converted into aldehydes. Aldehyde structure. Aldehydes. It produces aldehydes. Okay, from this reaction, hydroboration. Next, preparing ketones. Preparing ketones. Oxidation of secondary alcohols. In the uh, aldehydes preparation. Generally, we used primary alcohols. Primary alcohols on oxidation in presence of suitable, in presence of required suitable oxidizing agent, that is PCC. PCC, in presence of PCC, it produces aldehydes only. It, it does not further oxidize as a carboxylic acids. But here preparing for ketones, we are using secondary alcohols. We are using secondary alcohols, and in presence of this mild oxidizing agent or variety of strong or mild oxidizing agent. This is the suitable sodium dichromate. Suitable oxidizing agent we are using in presence of sulfuric acid. Okay. Uh, Oxidation of secondary alcohols. Variety of strong or mild oxidizing agents can be used to oxidize secondary alcohols. The resulting ketone, the resulting ketone does not undergo further oxidation, does not undergo further oxidation because there is no hydrogen atoms in the carbonyl functional group. Here, this is the starting material, secondary alcohols. Secondary alcohol on reaction with in presence of this mild oxidizing agent, sodium dichromate, in presence of sulfuric acid, it turned as a ketone. It turned as a ketone, ketonic function. Is it clear? R C double bond O, ketone is produced in this reaction. Next, ozonolysis of alkenes. Ozonolysis of alkenes. In this reaction, we are using here tetra substituted. Tetra alkyl substituted. In the aldehyde formation, here just please observe. In the aldehyde formation, here hydrogens, only disubstituted alkyl. Disubstituted alkyl, here both these hydrogens are present in this particular starting olefin. But here tetra substituted. In olefin there is a 4 alkyl groups. 4 alkyl groups. 4 alkyl groups tetra substituted olefin or alkene are cleaved to form ketones. Same ozonolysis process. This is the tetra substituted olefin on reaction with the ozone. Ozone in presence of dimethyl sulfide. In presence of dimethyl sulfide. Here cleavage of this particular C carbon-carbon double bond. In presence of this dimethyl sulfide, cleavage of this particular carbon-carbon double bond to forms ketone. Here 2 moles of ketones are produced in this reaction. This is a second method of preparing ketones. Is it clear? Now let us go to another type of preparing ketones method, acid catalyzed hydration of terminal alkynes. This is the terminal alkyne acid catalyzed hydration process. This procedure results in a Markovnikov addition of water across the pi bond, followed by tautomerism to form a methyl ketone. Here, in presence of sulfuric acid and mercuric sulfate on hydrolysis. In this reaction also, um, intermediate, there is a uh, alcohol formation, unstable vinyl alcohol or allyl alcohol. Enol form, enol form is produced in this reaction as a intermediate enol form structure. That enol form immediately, that enol form is a unstable structure, unstable form. That unstable structure immediately turns as a ketone. Methyl ketone is produced in the reaction. In the last aldehydes preparation, please observe once. This is the, here we are using uh, borane. Borane. Instead of that, in this reaction we are using sulfuric acid and mercuric sulfate. In presence of this particular reagent, it produces methyl ketone. Methyl ketone. Is it clear? Is it clear, all of you? Okay, this is about preparations of ketone. Oh, cyclic rings. Preparing ketones, these cyclic ketone, uh, aryl ketone formation. Here, aromatic rings. This reaction is named as Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. Aromatic rings that are not too strongly deactivated will react with an acid halide in the presence of Lewis acid to produce an aryl ketone. Aryl ketone. Here, benzene in presence of benzene aromatic cyclic ring. This is the starting compound. Benzene aromatic cyclic ring on reaction with the acyl chloride. Here, RCOCl. Acyl chloride. This acyl chloride in presence of Lewis acid. This is the Lewis acid, AlCl3 aluminum trichloride. It acted as a Lewis acid. In presence of this particular Lewis acid, this acyl group RCO, here breakage of Cl, here also loss of hydrogen. On that place there is a attachment of this particular acyl functional group. Acyl RCO functional group attacks on this carbon. Here we are getting aryl ketone. Okay, aryl ring acyl. Okay, acyl function. This is the ketone. Okay, is it clear? Now let us go to reactivity of carbonyl compounds. Reactivity. The electrophilicity of a carbonyl group derives from resonance effect as well as inductive effect. Here please observe the structure, resonance structures formation, and there is a negative charged electronegative, high electronegative atom oxygen attracts electrons. Here this is the inductive effect. Due to that inductive effect, here in the carbonyl functional group, that particular oxygen gets negative delta negative charge. Here loss of electrons, these bonded pi bond electrons attracts oxygen, high electronegative attracted by high electronegative of oxygen. Based on that effect, the carbon atom gets positive delta positive. Is it clear? This is about induction, inductive effect. Based on that, carbon and oxygen gets delta negative and positive charges. Then we will go to discuss about resonance effect. How the carbon and oxygen atoms gets positive negative charges. Here resonance effect. Carbonyl functional group. In that carbonyl functional group, pi bond cleavage takes place. That pi bonded electrons attracted by high electronegative atom oxygen. Okay, oxygen. In that case, oxygen atom gets negative charge. And here carbon atom, there is a deficiency. The carbon atom, carbon atom, there is a deficiency. Electrons, pi bond electrons attracted by oxygen because the carbonyl carbon gets positive, gets positive. This is the uh, explanation about resonance effect. Due to this resonance effect and inductive effect, there is a electron density increases on oxygen atom increases, the electron density decreases on carbon atom. Based on these resonance effect and inductive effect, we observe this information. Okay, this is about reactivity of carbonyl functional group. Here once again please observe how the positive and negative charges on this carbon and oxygen, where is a deficient electron density on carbon and oxygen. We'll discuss once. One of the resonance structure exhibits a positive charge on carbon atom. Here, after breakage of this particular pi bond, after breakage of this particular pi bond, this oxygen gets negative and carbon atom gets positive charge. This positive charge indicating that the carbon atom is deficient in electron density. Is it clear? There is a deficiency. This positive charge indicates there is a deficiency on that particular carbonyl carbon. Is it clear? Next, inductive effects also. This is based on we are explaining based on resonance effect. Here, inductive effect. Inductive effects also render the carbon atom deficient in electron density, because here also the pi bonded electrons attracted by high electronegative atom, that particular oxygen. In that case, the electron density decreases or deficient on carbonate. Is it clear? As a result, this carbon atom is particularly electrophilic and is susceptible to attack by nucleophile. This particular carbon atom, based on inductive effect or resonance effect, generally there is a electron deficiency, because that there is a positive charge, because that on the carbon atom generally attacks by an by an nucleophile. Is it clear? Here, that carbonyl carbon always uh, gets positive charge based on the resonance effect or inductive effect. There is a deficiency of electron density, because that uh, generally attacks by a nucleophile. Nucleophile. Is it clear? This is about reactivity of carbonyl compounds. Oh, how the nucleophile attacks on that particular carbonyl carbon. Nucleophile attack, and then we'll discuss another different examples in this reactivity. In this short period, it may not cover that topic. Tomorrow we'll discuss reactivity of the different compounds that nucleophiles attacks on carbonyl carbon. We'll discuss tomorrow. All the students, thank you. Thank you once again. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time with that chemical properties of that particular carbonyl compounds. Okay.